Have you ever imagined like having a work of art right there on your coffee bag?
I mean, that's kind of what we're going to be diving into today, right? This company,
Mhm.
Ovalmugs.
Yeah, they're doing some really interesting stuff, blending like premium coffee and art and even like a community aspect too.
Yeah, and a big focus on sustainability, which is,
Absolutely. So we've got a bunch of sources for this deep dive, their website, some articles, even some notes from folks who have actually tried Oval Mugs coffee.
yeah, should be pretty interesting to see what they're all about.
Definitely. This is for everyone, whether you're like a total coffee fanatic or you just love art or you're curious about businesses that are trying to make a
I'm going to
difference.
do things a little differently.
Exactly. So to kick things off, Oval Mugs, they're putting famous artwork right on their coffee bags.
Yeah.
So think about like Van Gogh's Starry Night
Ooh, yeah.
or like a Frida Kahlo's self-portrait right there while you're making your morning coffee.
I mean, just imagine that, right? Like, instead of just a plain old bag,
Yeah.
you've got this, like, beautiful work of art.
Yeah. It's like adding an extra layer of enjoyment to your whole routine.
It's more than just decoration, though, right? Like, I feel like that could actually change how you experience the coffee itself.
Wait, really?
Yeah, there's this whole field called neurogastronomy. Have you heard of that?
I have not.
So it's basically how our senses all kind of work together to create flavor.
Oh, interesting.
So the way something looks can actually affect the way it tastes.
Hmm.
So if you're looking at a Van Gogh while you're sipping your coffee, it could actually like make it taste brighter, more vibrant.
I mean, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
It's like they're engaging more than just your taste buds.
Right. It's a whole experience.
Yeah, but they're not stopping there.
Oh, no, they're not.
So Ovalmugs is also building this whole online community.
Yeah, they're launching something called the Coffee Forum,
Oh, cool.
which is like a space for people to connect online and talk about all things coffee.
Oh, wow.
Like you could be chatting with other coffee lovers, sharing brewing tips,
Hmm.
maybe even getting advice from like expert roasters.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like it's more than just like a quick caffeine fix.
Right. It's about like connecting with people who share your passion.
Yeah, especially in a world that sometimes feels so disconnected.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
like Ovalmugs is creating this space for people to come together.
Yeah. And speaking of coming together, they also have this really cool initiative called the Artist of the Year competition.
Yes. So every year they choose a winning artist and they feature that artist's work on their bags
Oh, wow.
for like a whole year.
That's incredible. What a platform for an artist.
Right. And not only that, but a portion of the proceeds from those bags actually goes to the artist
Oh, wow.
and to a charity of their choice.
So it's like supporting artists, giving back to the community,
Yeah,
and, getting your caffeine fix all at the same time.
exactly. It
Yeah.
makes you feel good about your purchase, right?
Absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
you're supporting something that aligns with your values.
Totally. It's like conscious consumerism in action.
Yeah. And speaking of values, Ovalbugs is super committed to sustainability. Like they partner with eco-friendly farms.
Yeah.
They make sure workers are treated fairly.
Right.
And they're always looking for ways to make their packaging more eco-friendly.
It's like they're thinking about every step of the process,
Yeah.
from bean to bag.
They're not just talking the talk, they're walking the walk.
Exactly. And, with the global impact of coffee production,
Yeah,
it's really important for companies to take these issues seriously.
absolutely. So we've got the art, the community, the sustainability,
Mm-hmm.
but at the end of the day,
Right.
it all comes down to the coffee.
Yeah, it's got to taste good, right?
Exactly. So what have you heard about the quality of Ovalmugs coffee?
Well, from everything I've read,
Yeah.
they're just as passionate about the taste as they are about everything else.
Okay, good.
They use small batch roasting, which really allows them to carefully develop the flavors of the beans. And they offer a range of roasts and blends, so there's something for everyone.
Oh, wow.
No matter what your preference is.
Mhm. So it's like they've really thought of everything to create this unique coffee experience.
Yeah. It's like they're elevating the whole ritual of drinking coffee.
Yeah. And they're just getting started.
That's right.
To really take this vision to the next level, they're launching a Kickstarter campaign.
Oh, cool.
And this is where our listeners can actually get involved.
Oh, yeah. Tell me more.
So by supporting this campaign,
Yeah.
you're not just pre-ordering some coffee.
Right.
You're actually investing in their vision to
Mhm.
blend art, community, sustainability
Yeah.
with a truly delicious cup of coffee.
I love that.
So we've talked about their vision,
Yeah.
but what are they actually hoping to achieve with this Kickstarter campaign? Like, what are the practical things they need support with?
Well, they've got some really clear goals laid out.
Okay, good.
which I always appreciate.
Yeah, it shows that they've really thought this through.
Exactly. So top of the list is like ensuring that their packaging is top notch.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like they want to use high quality, sustainable materials that really showcase the artwork.
Right. You don't want to put a Van Gogh on a flimsy bag.
Exactly. It's got to do it justice.
Yeah. And what about their coffee sourcing? Are they doing anything special there?
Oh, absolutely. They want to expand their direct partnerships with ethical coffee farms.
Oh, wow.
So this means they can source the best beans possible
Yeah.
while ensuring that farmers are treated fairly and that they're using sustainable practices.
Right. So it ties back into that whole commitment to ethical sourcing and sustainability.
Exactly. It's about the whole journey from farm to mug.
Yeah. And we can't forget about that Artist of the Year competition.
Oh, yeah, that's a big part of
It
it.
takes money to support those artists and charities.
Absolutely. And remember, a portion of the proceeds goes directly to them.
Yeah,
So it's a win-win for everyone involved.
totally. Okay, so we've got packaging, coffee beans, artist support. What else is on their Kickstarter wish list?
Well, they also want to invest in growing that vibrant online community we were talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah, the coffee forum.
Exactly. They're planning to add all sorts of cool features like live Q&As with coffee experts,
Ooh, fun.
virtual tasting sessions,
Wow.
even a section where you can get personalized brewing advice based on the specific Ovalmugs coffee you bought.
That's amazing. It's like taking the coffee experience to a whole other level.
Right. It's not just about drinking coffee. It's about learning and connecting with others who share your passion.
Absolutely. And let's not forget about their podcast.
Oh, yeah. They're planning to use some of the Kickstarter funds to produce more episodes,
Cool.
featuring in-depth interviews with artists, farmers, sustainability experts.
So they're really going all in on content creation.
Yeah. They're using multiple channels to connect with their audience and really bring their brand to life.
I love that.
Yeah.
So they've got a solid plan for this campaign. But let's say they exceed their fundraising goals. What's their big picture dream for Ovalmugs? What's that ultimate vision?
Okay, so this is where it gets really exciting.
Okay, I'm ready.
They have this dream of turning coffee packaging into a legitimate art form.
Wow.
Like imagine walking into a store and seeing shelves filled with Ovalmugs coffee, each bag as captivating and visually stunning as a painting in a gallery.
It's like they're elevating the humble coffee bag to an art object.
Exactly. And it goes beyond just the aesthetic.
Right.
They want to create a platform where artists can thrive,
Yeah.
where their work is seen and appreciated by a wider audience,
Mhm.
and where they can make a sustainable living from their art.
I mean, that's amazing. It's like turning everyday coffee drinkers into art patrons.
Right. And of course, at the heart of it all is that vision of fostering genuine human connection.
Yeah.
They imagine people gathering in coffee shops, striking up conversations about the art on their bags, sharing brewing tips,
Yeah.
and forming friendships based on a shared passion for art and coffee.
It's like they're creating a whole new coffee culture, one that's infused with creativity, community, and conscious consumerism.
You nailed it. And underpinning this cultural shift is their unwavering commitment to sustainability.
Mm-hmm.
They envision a future where every decision from sourcing to packaging to shipping is made with the health of the planet in mind.
It's honestly so inspiring to see a company with such a bold vision.
It is.
But let's be real for a second. This is a pretty competitive market.
It is.
What makes Ovalmugs stand out from all the other coffee brands out there?
That's a great question. I think what really sets them apart is their holistic approach. You know, it's not just about one aspect of the coffee experience, but the whole package.
Mm-hmm.
The ethically sourced, high-quality coffee,
Mm-hmm.
the art that transforms the mundane,
Mm-hmm.
the community they're building, and that unwavering commitment to sustainability.
Yeah, it's like they're appealing to a different kind of coffee drinker.
Totally.
Someone who doesn't just want a quick caffeine fix.
Right.
But a mindful experience that
Yeah.
engages their senses, sparks their curiosity, and aligns with their values.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. They're tapping into that growing desire for authenticity, for deeper meaning, for connection.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing it through something as simple and universal as a cup of coffee.
It's like they're saying, hey, your morning coffee can be so much more than just a routine.
Mm-hmm.
It can be a source of inspiration, a conversation starter, a way to connect with something bigger than yourself.
I love that.
Me too. And I think people are ready for that message.
Yeah.
Like we're craving more meaning in our lives.
Definitely.
And Ovalmugs is offering a way to find that meaning in something as familiar and comforting as a cup of coffee.
Beautifully said.
It's pretty remarkable what they're doing.
It is.
But you know what? We haven't actually talked about what their coffee tastes like yet.
Oh, that's right. All this art and community is great, but it has to deliver on flavor.
Exactly.
But from everything I've read and heard, they're just as passionate about the taste as they are about everything else.
Okay, give me the details.
So they're using specialty grade beans, and they're really focused on bringing out those nuanced flavors of each variety.
Yeah.
They roast in small batches so they can carefully control the process and ensure the highest quality.
No, I'm really intrigued.
Right.
It sounds like they're not just slapping some art on a bag and calling it a day.
No.
They're truly committed to delivering an exceptional coffee experience from start to finish.
Exactly.
Okay, but what kind of roasts do they offer? Like, give me the specifics.
Well, from what I've gathered, they have a range of roasts and blends to satisfy like every taste preference.
Okay.
Whether you like a bright and fruity light roast, a smooth and balanced medium roast, or a rich and bold dark roast.
Ooh.
They've got you covered.
Nice.
They even offer single origin coffees from specific regions, so you can really explore those unique flavor profiles.
It's like a coffee lover's dream come true.
Right.
Art, community, sustainability, and incredible sounding coffee.
Yeah, it's like the whole package.
Sign me up. But there's one thing I'm wondering about.
Okay.
How do they handle the actual brewing?
Oh, that's a good question.
Like, do they give you any guidance on how to get the most out of their coffee?
Yes, they do.
Oh.
They have a whole section on their website dedicated to brewing tips and techniques.
Nice.
They provide detailed instructions for different brewing methods, like pour over, French press, even espresso.
Oh, wow. So they're not just handing you a bag of coffee and saying, good luck.
No, they're walking you through the entire process.
I love that.
And remember that coffee forum we talked about?
Yeah.
Well, that's another great resource for brewing advice.
Okay.
You can connect with other Ovalmugs enthusiasts.
Yeah.
Share your brewing experiences, ask questions, get tips from experienced baristas.
So it's like having a virtual coffee community right at your fingertips.
Exactly.
It sounds like they've really thought of everything to make your coffee experience as enjoyable and enriching as possible.
They really have.
But what about people who are new to specialty coffee?
Oh, yeah, good point.
Like, do they have anything for beginners?
They do. They have a really helpful Coffee 101 section on their website.
Okay, great.
That covers everything from the basics of coffee beans and roasting to different brewing methods and flavor profiles.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a great starting point for anyone who wants to learn more about the world of specialty coffee.
So whether you're a seasoned coffee aficionado or just starting to explore the world of specialty coffee,
right,
Ovalmugs has something for you.
Exactly.
But let's talk about their impact beyond just the individual coffee drinker. What kind of bigger picture are they painting?
That's a fascinating aspect of their vision. They really want to use their platform to promote a more sustainable and ethical coffee industry as a whole.
Wow, that's ambitious. How do they plan to do that?
Well, they're leading by example, demonstrating that it's possible to create a successful business that prioritizes ethical sourcing, environmental sustainability, and community engagement.
They're putting their money where their mouth is.
Exactly. And they're also using their platform to educate consumers about these issues.
Oh, that's great.
And encourage them to make more conscious choices when buying coffee.
So it's not just about selling their own coffee.
Right.
It's about raising awareness and inspiring change across the entire industry.
Exactly. It's like they're starting a movement.
Yeah. They're proving that businesses can be a force for good, using their influence to make a positive impact on the world.
I love that.
It's honestly so refreshing to see a company with such a strong sense of purpose and a commitment to making a difference.
Absolutely.
But I'm curious, what are some of the specific challenges they might face in trying to achieve this ambitious vision?
That's a great question, and there are definitely some hurdles they'll need to overcome.
Yeah, like what?
Well, one of the biggest challenges is maintaining their commitment to ethical sourcing and sustainability as they grow.
Right, as they scale up their operations, it might be tempting to cut corners or compromise on their values in order to meet demand.
Exactly. And they'll need to find ways to keep their prices competitive while still paying fair prices to farmers and using high-quality, sustainable materials.
It's a tough balance to strike.
It is a delicate balance.
But I have a feeling they're up for the challenge.
I agree. They've done their research. They've assembled a great team.
Yeah.
And they seem genuinely passionate about making a difference.
Yeah, but they're going to need our support.
Absolutely. They'll need the support of conscious consumers like you and me to help them succeed.
That's a great point. It's up to us, the consumers, to support businesses that align with our values and help them create the kind of world we want to live in.
Exactly. By choosing to buy from companies like Ovalmugs, we're not just getting a great product. We're casting a vote for a more sustainable, ethical, and beautiful future.
So you're telling me that my morning cup of coffee can actually be a revolutionary act?
It can be.
I like the sound of that.
Every purchase we make is an opportunity to support businesses that are making a positive impact on the world.
That's so true. We often underestimate the collective power of individual choices.
We do.
But if we all start making more conscious decisions, it can create a ripple effect that leads to real change.
Absolutely. And the coffee industry is a perfect example of this, you know?
Yeah.
It's a global industry with a huge environmental and social footprint.
Mm.
So by supporting companies like Ovalmugs, we're sending a message that we care about where our coffee comes from, how it's produced, and the impact it has on the world.
So it's about more than just enjoying a delicious cup of coffee.
You're right.
It's about being part of something bigger.
Yeah.
Something that contributes to a better future for everyone.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Art, community, sustainability, ethical sourcing, even the potential for revolutionizing the coffee industry.
Yeah.
But there's one more thing I'm curious about.
Okay, what's that?
Ovalmugs' future plans. Do they have any specific goals or milestones they're working towards?
They do. They're very ambitious and have a clear roadmap for the future.
Oh, that's great.
One of their primary goals is to expand their reach and make their coffee accessible to more people around the world.
That makes sense.
Yeah. They're doing such great work. It would be amazing to see their impact grow.
Absolutely. But how do they plan to achieve that?
They're exploring a variety of avenues, including partnerships with retailers, online marketplaces, even subscription services. They're also looking into expanding their product line to offer a wider range of coffee options, including different roast profiles, single origin coffees, even flavored blends.
That's exciting. It sounds like they're constantly innovating and finding new ways to reach coffee lovers everywhere.
They are, and they're not just focused on expansion for the sake of profit. They're committed to doing it in a way that aligns with their values, ensuring that every step of the process is ethical, sustainable, and benefits both the company and the communities they work with.
So they're not just about selling more coffee, they're about building a better coffee experience for everyone involved.
Exactly. And they're using their success to create a positive ripple effect throughout the industry.
It's truly inspiring to see a company with such a clear vision and a genuine commitment to making a difference.
It is.
But before we get carried away with all the big picture stuff, I want to circle back to something more personal.
Okay.
What is it about Ovalmugs that resonates with you on a personal level?
That's a great question. For me, it's the combination of their passion for coffee, their artistic sensibility, and their unwavering commitment to ethical and sustainable practices.
I can see that.
Yeah.
It's rare to find a company that so seamlessly blends those elements together.
I agree. And it's clear that they're not just doing it for marketing purposes.
Right.
They're genuinely passionate about creating a positive impact on the world through their business.
Yeah, it's that authenticity that really shines through. You can tell that they're not just trying to sell you something.
Right.
They're inviting you to be part of something bigger, something meaningful.
Exactly. And that's what makes Ovalmugs so special.
Yeah.
They're not just a coffee company.
Right.
They're a community, a movement, a force for good.
It's like they're reminding us that even something as simple as a cup of coffee can be an opportunity to connect, to create, and to make a difference.
Beautifully said. And that's a message that resonates deeply with me.
Me too. Ovalmugs has really gotten me thinking about the choices I make and the impact they have on the world.
Yeah.
It's like they've opened up a whole new perspective on my daily coffee ritual.
I think that's the magic of Ovalmugs.
Yeah.
They're not just selling coffee.
Right.
They're selling an experience, a way of life, a vision for a more beautiful and connected world.
And that's a vision I can definitely get behind. So we've talked about like their vision and all that, but we haven't even mentioned like what their coffee actually tastes like.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Like all this art and community stuff is great, but like at the end of the day, it has to deliver on flavor, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So spill the beans. What have you heard about the quality of their coffee?
Okay, so from everything I've read and like heard from people who have tried it, they're just as serious about the taste as they are about everything else.
Oh, good. Okay.
They're using high-quality specialty-grade beans,
Okay.
and they're roasting in small batches to, like, really bring out those unique flavors.
Okay, now I'm really curious. It sounds like they're not compromising on taste just to, like, make a statement.
No, no.
So what kind of roast do they offer? Like, give me the specifics.
Okay, so they've got a range that's, like, designed to satisfy every palate.
Okay.
From those bright and fruity light roasts
Yeah.
to those rich and bold dark roasts.
Yeah.
And they even offer single origin coffees.
Nice.
So you can really explore the nuances of beans from specific regions.
This is making me seriously crave a cup of Ovalmugs right now.
I know, right?
But, okay, before we wrap up,
Yeah.
what's like that one lasting thought you want our listener to walk away with today?
That's a good question. I think the biggest takeaway here is that Ovalmugs is like a shining example of how businesses can be a force for good.
Yeah.
They're proving that it's possible to be profitable
Right.
while also prioritizing art, community, sustainability, and ethical sourcing.
It's like raising the bar for the whole coffee industry.
Exactly.
And it's a message that goes way beyond coffee, don't you think? Like it's a call to action for all of us to be more mindful consumers.
Absolutely.
Supporting businesses that align with our values.
100%.
Ovalmugs is like proof that you can enjoy a delicious cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And make the world a slightly better place in the process.
I love that.
So if any of this has resonated with you, dear listener, I encourage you to check out Ovalmugs. We'll include a link in the show notes. Who knows? You might just discover your new favorite coffee.
Yeah.
And become part of a really cool community.
It's exciting to think about the impact they could have.
Yeah.
Like, they're showing that even a small company can make a big difference when they're driven by passion and a commitment to something bigger than themselves.
And that's a wrap on our deep dive into Ovalmugs Coffee.
Yay!
We hope you enjoyed the journey and maybe learned something new along the way.
Okay.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep. It's kind of funny. We've been talking about Ovalmugs for a while now.
Yeah.
And I haven't even mentioned how the coffee actually tastes.
Oh, that's true. We've been so caught up in the art and the community and the sustainability.
Right.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's still coffee, right?
Exactly. It has to be good.
Yeah.
So spill the beans. What have you heard about the actual quality of Ovalmugs coffee?
Okay, so from everything I've gathered, it sounds like they're just as passionate about the taste as they are about everything else.
Okay, that's good to hear.
They use high-quality specialty-grade beans.
Okay.
And they roast in small batches to really bring out those unique flavors.
Okay, I'm really curious now. It sounds like they're not skimping on quality just to make a statement.
No, definitely not.
So what kind of roasts do they offer?
Well, they have a range to satisfy every palate, like from those bright, fruity, light roasts to those rich, bold, dark roasts.
Ooh, nice.
And they even offer single origin coffees.
Oh, cool.
So you can really explore the nuances of beans from specific regions.
This is making me want to order some right now.
Okay.
Before we wrap up, what's that one lasting thought you want our listener to walk away with today?
I think the biggest takeaway for me is that Ovalmugs is a really inspiring example of how businesses can be a force for good. They're showing that it's possible to be profitable while also prioritizing art, community, sustainability, and ethical sourcing.
It's really setting a new standard for the coffee industry.
Absolutely. And it's a message that goes way beyond coffee.
Totally.
It's a call to action for all of us to be more mindful consumers and to support businesses that align with our values.
I totally agree with that. So if any of this has resonated with you, dear listener, I encourage you to check out Ovalmugs. We'll include a link in the show notes. Who knows? You might just discover your new favorite coffee.
Yeah.
And become part of a really awesome community.
I love that.
And that's a wrap on our deep dive into Ovalmugs Coffee. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something new along the way. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.